Hi, everyone. I've been attached to direct this amazing new feature film, and my producer and I have been talking about how important it is for us to make this film in a sustainable way. So we're partially funded, but we still need some money to make this happen. And we're wondering, how can we go green and make this movie? Well, we've been hearing a lot about Fair Made Films. Have you heard about it? It's this organization that it educates filmmakers on sustainable best practices for when they're filming, and it connects them to mission-aligned investors, and it brings the finished films to cause-oriented audiences. Also, I've heard that it operates like a co-op. So members pay a fee and work monthly hours to cover the admin needs of the organization and also offer specialized skills that contribute to the organization. So I'm wondering if I should join Fair Made Films. I mean, my gut says yes, but I think we should get the details. So I'm gonna knock on the door.
Welcome, welcome, welcome to Fair Made Films. We are a values-driven filmmaker co-op and community center built around an ethos of sustainability and transparency in how films are made. And our core program here is a certification program. In the same way that a consumer might choose a product that's local or vegan or packaged without plastic, we promote certification stamps for indie films centered on values like gender equity, racial equity and inclusion, sustainability, safe, human cruelty free, AKA asshole free filmmaking, and many more.
Wow, that's super interesting, but don't those certifications already exist, like for green films or whatever?
Yes, there are a few, but by and large, they're a seal of approval applied for at the end of a production as an afterthought. And what's unique about our ecosystem is that it makes the certification process central to the entire life cycle of an indie film production. The certification program creates, one, a values-driven framework for seeking funding and strategic partners, two, a set of paradigm shifting standards and protocols for production, and three, a pathway for distribution to a core audience and a meaningful marketing tool.
Wow, that sounds great and idealistic, but does certification actually help me access the funding that I need, in practical terms?
Yes, as a member of our co-op, you would have access to established community partners of Fair Made Films, nonprofits, corporations, brands, civic organizations, all aligned with or invested in the ethos or values of a given certification. And these community partners then form a framework for connecting to values-driven investors, donors, grants, and in-kind support and services. There are also pools of funding that have been endowed over time through the work of the co-op for each certification, and tools and training to build bridges to new values-driven strategic partners.
Cool. Well, this definitely sounds something like my producer would be interested in. So tell me more about the whole certification thing. How does that happen?
Well, Corinne, who is you will find just down the hall in our library, is a great person to tell you more about how the certification process works.
All right, I'm going to go knock on her door.
So nice to meet you.
I'm Corinne, and welcome to the library, where we strive to be a resource for you and your filmmaking team. We love to work with filmmakers as early in the development process as possible to assess what knowledge base you already have and what you need help with. Which certificate are you interested in at the moment?
Well, it's really important for us to be environmentally friendly and sustainable.
Great. So yeah, we have the sustainability certificate. And we also have different specialties you can focus on. Some examples are zero waste, or carbon neutral, or vegan, and a lot more. We also encourage people to try out certifications in areas they aren't familiar with. We can offer more suggestions after we do a full analysis of the script, but off the bat, are there any aspects of your film you think you might need assistance with?
Well, as you can see, my amazing film, it's important for us to be green, but the film also gets like very hot and heavy. So what would you suggest?
So yeah, off the bat, we definitely recommend utilizing an intimacy trainer. And we also strongly urge you to have meetings with your crew prior to the days you shoot that scene. Clear communication creates a safer environment for everyone, which is why we actually have a basic certification we require every filmmaker to pass called Safe Sets, which addresses a variety of basic safety protocols, like doing away with a 15-hour workday. We also want to be a point of contact during production to continue to have open and honest conversations. And finally, we'll sit down with you at the end of the filmmaking process to figure out what worked, what didn't, and we have different levels of each certification. So even if you weren't able to achieve every goal you set out for yourself, if you meet the minimum of requirements, you can still receive the certification. Our process is not meant to be punitive, and we want to be as encouraging as possible while also making sure every film that goes through our process falls in line with our values. Additionally, our desire is to make our work here transparent and accessible. So if there are lessons you learned either from your successes or mistakes, we recommend that you create your own workshop for future filmmakers who can learn from you. This is one way we hope to make filmmaking more of a cyclical and collaborative process. Unfortunately, I have a meeting, but I suggest you check out the screening room. It's just down the hall where Jen can tell you more about other services we offer once your film is completed.
Okay, that's great. I'll just go down the hall. All right, I'm gonna go knock on that door.
Bye-bye.
Hi, welcome. So Julia and Corinne have both let me know what you're interested in, and I'm sort of the after effect. So once you come back and you've been certified, you will have access to our screening room that's here at the facility that coordinates with the launch of our streaming platform. So there are other options for distribution, but we do offer a streaming platform here at Fairmade Films that has, there's our certifications, and it is searchable by title or the certification so that we target directly to your market. So we discuss with the corporations and the nonprofits from your original phase of funding, so that they also go right out to the email situation for marketing, and we can get to your core audiences that way. Now, we understand that not everybody would want to necessarily go on our streaming platform. It is an option, but we also partner with theaters in the area. And we have a Fairmade Films slot per week there that we can, you can apply for. Also, the streaming platform, though, is just exclusively for certified films and organized by the certification, as mentioned. And it has a small minimum guarantee. So we do pay some upfront, and we give 40% of revenue on the back end. The remaining money that comes out of the streaming platform is actually put back into our system so that we can create funding for grants that you can apply for. So I understand from Corinne that you might be interested, for example, in the intimacy coordinator. If you do not have that in your budget, we don't know what your budget is yet, you can apply for that grant, as we do think safe sets are very important here. We do also have people in our co-op that are experienced in self-distribution, if you'd like to talk to them. We do have a lot of consulting that comes back through our co-op for various levels of distribution. In addition, we do have established relationships with other marketing outlets, such as the trades and magazines and blogs that are in the certification arenas that you're interested in. And that way we can get directly to your market, because that is a very big problem in this very noisy world. We do some acquisitions as well. We use mid-level film festivals that we actually are connected with for vetting in this area. So if you have friends that are already out there in the world and they're interested in our certification, that there is an avenue on that end as well. And in the end, we've also partnered with a couple of big distribution companies where, again, we're a slot on their distribution system for Fairmade Films.
Wow, that all sounds amazing. So this whole Fairmade Films situation is great, because from what I understand in all these notes that I took, so first of all, we get help in actually making our film, because you will connect us to mission-aligned partners that can help us with funding, investment, or in-kind donations. And then we get help through the certification process and actually implementing these best practices in whatever mission-aligned area that we're really interested in. And once a film is done and we have been certified, then we actually get to connect to audiences through your platform or other connections. That sounds incredible. So I definitely want to join Fairmade Films. Tell me what to do. That's for later.
Come join us.